So let's start with the most basic question. Is GTA 6 even coming to the Xbox Series S? And the answer to that is yes, it is fully confirmed at Rockstar's end from the last trailer we got from GTA 6 trailer 2. And now that we got so many big leaks that the GTA 6 pre-orders are around the corner and that we do know 100% confirmed from Rockstar themselves that this game is going to be launched on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S all November 19th, 2026. So no one's going to be left out at that point, and they're not going to be getting a delayed version if you are on those consoles. So for those friends of mine that have been asking that are PC gamers that wanted to know, is it worth getting a Xbox Series S, like a cheap current gen console to play just GTA 6 on, you can do so, but just also be aware that if you're playing on the Series S, you want to use Series S hardware. And what I mean by that is your screen, your monitors, your peripherals should be adjusted to the Series S. Like a smaller 1080p screen that doesn't demand too much is going to be great for the Xbox Series S to play most games on, especially nowadays with its graphic fidelity. But if you want, or if you have a PS5 Pro or a PS5 or Xbox Series X, they're going to work pretty well together. Obviously, out the bunch, the PS5 Pro will be slightly better in terms of performance on newer or higher refresh rate or higher resolution screens, but the Xbox Series S should be great just for 1080p gameplay. You know, that is just the whole bread and butter. So you can click off the video right now if you don't want to, but to give you more in-depth specs around the Series S and the Series X and why it might be even worth upgrading to the Series X, or if you want to go to like PlayStation and try that out, you can do so as well by getting one console secondhand from Marketplace. You know, that is something that people don't realize. You don't have to buy from retailers to get the full console experience. Some people are just more comfortable by putting in their credit card details on Amazon and getting their console the next day, right? But for example, to put it in perspective, the Xbox Series X on paper has 12 teraflops of GPU power and 16 gigabytes of RAM. Comparing that to like the Series S, which only has 4 teraflops and 10 gigabytes of RAM, that is 3 times the power in favor of the Series X. Similar specs to the base PS5, and the PS5 Pro being much better than the Series X in terms of performance. And that gap really does show up in a lot of real games, especially on 4K plus displays. The Xbox Series X is built to hit native 4K 60 frames per second on most games. The Series S is designed to target the 1080p to 1440p on majority of games, and it's the more demanding games out there that has already dropped to around 1080p, but still playable for refresh rates or frame rates hanging at around 50 to 70 FPS. So just to keep that frame rate in from your thinking, both consoles share the same CPU architecture and SSD speeds, which is great. So loading times between these two should be fairly similar. You know, the PS5 is still king in terms of the SSD hardware, but the Series X and the Series S are still great and very, very fast with today's standards. So that was the full breakdown of the Series S and whether it is worth getting it and playing it on the, launch day of GTA 6, or if you have it just laying and collecting dust, you can still play GTA 6 on your Series S, but just keep your expectations at the level of being able to play it at 1080p full HD opposed to like the Ultra HD 4K 8K that you can get from eventually the PC or the PS5 Pro or Xbox Series X, for example. So drop a comment down below and let me know what console you're going to be playing GTA 6 on at launch, or if you're going to be waiting to play this game on PC and if you're in no rush to do so. Now that's been it. It's been your boy Nizian. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Goodbye.